the peace of God be with you. This is a good way of understanding what the introduction is so as to continue to go in deep of our research methodology. So this is a time where we are going to introduce what the introduction is because we are proceeding so as to come in a deep. So let's understand what the introduction is within a research methodology. So while we are saying the research, we want to make and to inform for those people who want to collect their data and to make the research of their jobs so as to understand how to write their books and how to collect their information. So I'm lecturer Eddie Nation, welcome. So while we are introducing our book, you should know this because it's a main part of the book that can't be ignored. So an introduction lets you understand in a short detail. So the introduction serves multiple purpose. That's it. One point you are going to deal on it. The next one we will understand what the introduction is so as to go in deep. The next one we shall look on how to write a good introduction. So while we are saying and we are talking about the introduction, know that the introduction should go with the background. So even though we shall continue with the background, this is a session of the introduction. So we take this question that is going to help us to understand what the introduction is. The question is this: what does introduction consist of? And how we are going to write our introduction of the research. So by understanding this introduction, know that you should introduce your topic. So the topic is what you are writing on or what you are searching for. So by answering that question, so the introduction serves multiple purpose. That is what we are going to look on these following sentences so as to understand, is their introduction purpose or does it has a purpose? So an introduction, you should know that the introduction is a main part of the research. So one, it presents the background of the study. That is one. Next, it introduces your topic and a name of the topic. The next one, it gives an overview of the topic. So your research, when it is giving an overview of the paper, we shall back on it, but let we start by understanding it presents the background of the study. So by presenting the background of the study, so the introduction is the one part of it comes in preliminary pages so as to help the readers to understand what you wrote on it. So here in your presenting, you should know that it will come by explaining the background. That's why you pay attention, because it presents the background. So by presenting the background, let's take an example. I may take a topic which is talking about the development of RDB in Rwanda. So while I'm writing on the topic, so in my introduction, by presenting the background, I will start by introducing what the RDB is, so as to help the readers to understand my topic. So by clearly explaining what the RDB is and my aim in that book or in that research, that's why I should present it by explaining what my topic is. So cause in the background we shall back or by explaining and by giving the citation, just we look and we focus on the citation instead of taking the words or by writing only. So of course we shall need to explain it clearly. That's why we are going to, in the introduction, to explain well. So by introducing and presenting the background of the study. So the next one, let's look on how it introduces our topic and the aim. by
Well,
introducing your topic and the aim. In this topic or in our topic, so where we are going to introduce our aim and giving a brief description of our aim in our research. So we will need to serve the all purposes and the aim. So when you take a decision of writing, already you may have, or it's a must to have the aim. So of course you can't take an objective or the purpose of writing a book without an objective. So let's take example as example gave you above. So where I'm writing on the development of an RDB in Rwanda. So its aim, for instance, I may have a name of showing how the RDB gives the chance to the peoples, to the population of Rwanda. That's one. The next one, I may take that topic so as clear to help the people to understand how the RDB works with their daily activities by developing the countries, by helping those peoples who are coming in our countries, and many things. So that is how we should know, and giving a great importance or a great more ideas in an introduction, so as to help our readers to understand which the aim do we have in order to write our book. Because introduction you should clear understand that it's the main purpose of our introduction that helps. So let's continue by giving an overview of our papers. Well, in our introduction, you should give an overview. An overview, it means you point on everything, you write on it. So in your research, you will have many points. In that many points, you should already show it in an introduction, so as to help those people who don't have enough time to read more pages to understand clearly and very quickly. So that's why you should give an overview of your research or of your paper. So a good introduction will provide a solid foundation and encourage readers to continue on to many parts of your paper. And for instance, on the methods, on the result, and the discussion. That's why you should give an overview of your paper or your research. So you should understand, how may I write a good introduction? Well, that is a good question. You may ask yourself, how can you write a good introduction? So I'm going to give you some points or some highlights you should know and you should focus on it, so as to give or to write a good introduction. So one, keep the first sentence short. The first sentence of your introduction should be short. So avoid writing more and more. No, narration is not good. First of all, keep your first sentence short. So the next one, you should know that this word you should be used at least once. Because if you use it in a many times, so the people, they don't understand things in the same way. Because when you are repeating the words, repeating, so avoid repeating word by word. So try to use a word once, so if it's possible. So the next one, uh, don't repeat the title. Already you have given a title, so if you've read or given, so don't repeat it, because there are some books, some researches that you find um, repeating of the title. So in your introduction, avoid repeating the title. The title, it gives once, or it given once, so avoid repeating. So the next one, keep introduction brief. Well, so when you are taking or you are introducing your research, the introduction should be brief. Don't limit yourself. So write everything, or write every word that can help the people to understand more about your research, so, or your papers. So don't limit yourself. Be brief and write those words that will help the readers to understand more clearly. So the next one, dedicate 1 up to 2 sentences to articulating what the article covers. So the next one, dedicate 1 up to 2 sentences to explain why the article is important. So that is the highlights, or that is a words that can help you to write a good introduction. So thank you for being with me. So that was more about the introduction and how can you write an introduction. So let's meet on another video by understanding the background, because this is a series of the lectures that is helping us to write what the research methodology is, because there are some people who fail to write their books or their researches. That is a good ideas for following us. But when the people are taking the decision of taking a people of asking the different peoples to help them to write on a book, it's not good. That's why you have to following us or to search different researches that can help you to write your own books, so as to continue to develop your mind, because for writing a book, it's a good things that helps you to encourage and to sharpen your mind, even your skills. So thank you for being with us. Elena, please see you again.